here we are. We are back again. Thank you all for joining me. We're gonna have a little bit of a spoiler discussion for Stooper Girl. As we all know how stunning and brave she was in that movie. She's just the epitome of female masculinity. But the crash out from Supergirl's been hard. It's been very hard. And we're gonna get to our friend Angry Joe here. You see, Joe's a little upset. Joseph's a little upset over Supergirl. But it's not just Supergirl that Joe's upset about. Joseph is upset that we don't like the same movie he does. And that's very, very uneducated of us. We are not allowed to disagree with Angry Joe. But it's okay. Joseph is going to educate us on how we are supposed to act on Twitter to all of Nerdrotic's Fandom Menace brigading here. We predicted Supergirl would have problems before its debut. We predicted it would likely fail at the box office, and that it's going to. Multiple times in our trailer reactions, go out and see Supergirl. No, Joseph, you begged and pleaded with your audience. That is exactly what you did, my Squidward-shaped little friend. You have begged and pleaded for people to see this. At the end of the video, in which we said all those things beforehand, because we wanted to see a Lobo film. And I'm going to let you all in on a little secret, because Lobo is in this movie. He's in it for about 10 fucking minutes. And does absolutely nothing. The fact that Lobo is even in this movie is an absolute atrocity. Everyone has always said, that Jason Momoa was born to play Lobo. That Jason Momoa is Lobo. He's said it countless times. And I can't deny that he looks like Lobo. He does. Jason Momoa looks like Lobo. Has the little pizzazz, little panache to him. Okay. And he does absolutely fuck all in that movie. He does nothing. Jason Momoa being Lobo and Supergirl was an absolute waste. But it's okay. Joe's not done with us, my friends. No, Joseph is not. A film so many of you hated with a passion. Y'all thought it was woke trash. I also said go out and support Black Adam, another bad film, because I wanted Henry to get another shot he deserved. My audience has the context of what go out and support a film means. They know our review is always on the way with our brutally honest opinions. You don't. Well, Joseph, here's the problem, my Squidward-shaped little friend. You didn't ask us to go out and see Supergirl. You begged and you pleaded with your audience to go see Supergirl. And I'm here to tell you that you don't need to see that absolute dog shit film. No, you do not. It does absolutely nothing. We've all seen the controversy about Millie Alcock going out and how she referenced the Christian dads, so on and so forth. I even covered the red carpet in my review. Which if you want to go see that, please do. I had a lot of fun making that video, and I appreciate everyone that saw my Stooper Girl review. I appreciate it. Because even though I'm a demonic creature burning down in hell for all eternity, I still enjoy entertainment. There was nothing entertainment about this movie. But Joseph here, well, you see, he's not done yet. The LGBT barbecue interview hate The mocking of Millie's appearance by online weirdos on X. Fuck all that. Joseph, could you please tell us all what you mean, Joseph? Uh-oh. Oh, there. How dare they? How dare Nerdrotic call her Duper Girl? How dare he? Right? How dare somebody on social media, online, have a different of appearance? I know that's going off the corner. That's great. Do I agree with Nerdrotic on every single thing that he says? No, I don't. But you know what? I go to be entertained. I like seeing different sides of the coin. And yeah, I do agree with him on a good amount of stuff. Not everything. But let's face it, folks, this is the internet where you can have a difference of opinion on the internet. Now, this guy, Dion Kine, this guy, Dion, whatever, Dion, laughed at this. I don't know who this Dion guy is to laugh at Supergirl. I mean, how dare Dion? Fucking Dion. Look, when you have Superman, Dean Cain himself roasting this, that's got to be telling you something pretty important. But no. Our friend Joseph was not done. Joseph decided to take to Twitter again. Joseph, someone just take his fucking phone, for the love of God. Just take Joe's phone. I think his crash and burn at this point is a little much at this point, Joseph. But it's okay, Joe. I'm not done with you yet. You happened with Superman 2. He was too woke and weak. Same dudes dogpiled it. Fox News hated it. Again on political lines, plus Snyder freaks trying hard to bring it down. Couldn't ignore the ones and tens looking at unweighted at 5.7, which is mass audience. Our score, 4 out of 10. Oh, no. You see, Joseph, your problem is you overdeveloped funbag little twit. Joseph, let's face it. Look, Supergirl brought nothing into our world as far as entertainment. It did me no favors at all. A lot of YouTube channels are going to be started because of Supergirl. But when your adaptation is based off of Tom King, look, Tom King's rendition had some of the lowest numbers to be sold. The lowest. Not a ton, not a lot. What's going on, buddy? Yes, Supergirl is on your screen. Give a shout out to the unknown reviewer. This kid's got a lot of potential. I like his work. He's a good kid. Give him a follow. Supergirl is not going to move anything at all. And now, because our friend Angry Joseph here is going to be having some words with us. So let's give Joe a little listen, and then we're going to get into Stooper Girl. Because we all know at the end of the day, Angry Joe is always right. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news again, folks. On the internet, you must have the same opinion as everyone else. Because if you don't, you are a racist, bigot, misogynistic piece of shit. I don't make the rules, but that's why you have to have the same opinion as everyone else. So, let's give a listen here to Josie, shall we?
To you real, and there's stuff surrounding this film. Like, if you want me to talk about there's a certain group of people on YouTube that makes a big deal about interviews and what Millie said about Christian dads making fun.
Yes, Joseph, exactly what she said about Christian dads. You know, the audience that superhero movies are based off of, 77% adult males between the ages of 32 and 54. are your predominant audience when it comes to superhero movies. And if you think that going after that demographic, your majority audience, and then crashing and burning like an overdeveloped man-child on Twitter is going to get the fans to agree with you, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Joseph, but that's not going to work. But let's Joe continue.
On her and throwing pictures up and calling her ugly and comparing her to caveman and then what she said to
Smash.
a gay interviewer on Pride Month, all that shit, that's for the culture wars, that's for them. And I point out how stupid it is, and that's just not.
Here's the thing, Joe. And let me bring you back to this. All right. Number one, Millie Alcock is not going to see this. And I do not care if she does. I enjoyed her in House of the Dragon. I thought she was pretty good. Queen, good queen, baby queen, whatever. House of the Dragon. I enjoyed her. A little skeptical on what they're going to do in season 3, but I don't know. We'll see. Season 3 so far, it's been okay. The whole one fucking episode that we're in, not bad, but they might screw the pooch. Live stream's going to be Sunday as well. But if you think this on social media, Joseph, when you have Superman himself laughing at it, you get the pass, Joseph. You get the pass, so it's okay. But let's let Josie continue. No shit. You could go to a mechanic in Venezuela and show him a picture or even this symbol of Superman, or even just a picture of Superman himself. A mechanic in Venezuela, all the way to a prison guard in fucking Tokyo. They are going to know who Superman is. Again, I don't make the rules, but they are going to know who Superman is. You show them a picture of Stooper Girl. More often than none, they're not even going to know who she is. Because the audience that Millie decided to go after, your Christian dads, is your major demographic for people that enjoy superhero movies. But again, I don't make the rules. But if you think that that is going to be smart and that is going to be in your best interest, then go ahead. But it's okay. It's okay, Joe, because I know how hard all of this was on you. And I am here, Joseph. I got a special video coming for you too, Josie. So it's okay. Don't worry. I will be there to take care of you, my friend, in no time. But alas, we have to take care of Josie here.
Waning, did about the same as the previous film, Man of Steel. And
no, it fucking didn't. Look, you can dislike Snyder as long as you want. I am a realistic Snyder bro, all right? Henry Cavill, great Superman. You cannot deny that over a decade, Man of Steel has aged very well. You can dislike the movie all you want, and I have zero problem with that. I have zero problem that I hate it because, again, it's the internet and people can have their own opinion, and that is just fine with me. But you cannot deny the fact that Man of Steel has aged much better. Does Alcock have a cock? She's got a Pringles can there, bud. Man of Steel is bad, but there's good performances. It's good looking. I don't like Dark Superman, and that's okay. That is the point that young Joseph here does not understand. Man of Steel, yes, you can dislike the way that Pa Kent died. You can dislike the darker tone. Absolutely. I mean, I'm just saying, if Henry Cavill said, "Hey, come here, gonna do it," you know what I mean? And look, I have nothing against David Corenswet either. The guy was okay. He was better than I thought he would be, but Superman, brought to you by James Gunn, did not age well. And you can disagree with that argument. I am open to discussion from any and all sides. That is what I love. Absolutely. But it was only in the theater for 30 days. When a movie is not performing, like James Gunn's Superman, and they hear on a congressional hearing, okay, that they're going to pull it out, which they did, that says something. It was a super mid movie, and it performed like a mid movie. You can love that. You know what? You can love The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. I'd want to know how much LSD you did, but that's okay. But according to Josie here, it's not. But alas, Josie here is not done.
And I just knew that because Supergirl sells a fourth of the comics that Superman does, and if the females don't show up in the Barbie numbers, it's probably going to not do as well as Superman. So if any
Joe, there's a little bit of a difference between Barbie and Supergirl. I do not have the brain capacity on a normal day to calculate as much money as Barbie has made in this existence. It's got to be in the billions. Barbie is a multi-billion-dollar franchise. Supergirl, it's not. You just can attach Supergirl, Superman. It's going to do the same. No, it's fucking not. It's just not. Barbie is in the billions. But it's okay, Josie. I'm going to help you.
anybody thought that it was going to be box office, double Superman's number, that was never happening. But to me, none of that matters, because if you have a good film like
if it mattered, Josie, you wouldn't have pleaded with your audience. And I will do you one better. You begged people. It was not. The story was not well at all. It was not. You begged and pleaded with your audience to go see that movie. You begged and you pleaded like a fucking child. That is what you did. Coming out like Clayface looks good, don't get me wrong, but like, why are we getting that? And it's taking over 20 years to get a goddamn Bat movie made. That is a great question. Everyone needs a standalone movie. Everyone does. No, look. Oh, God, was it Tommy Flanagan? Flanagan is doing Clayface, which might give us a little bit of hope. You can have the best directors, you can have the best writers, but the problem is you don't market your movie and you do not destroy your audience. People will go see it. What happened during COVID? You all remember COVID? When the government old man put us all on timeout for 16 months? Does anyone remember that? When did the last Spider-Man movie came out? I remember that? Billions. You locked us down in timeout, and we all went to go see Spider-Man, and it made over $2 billion. You cannot saturate your audience and expect us to still come and see your movie. Superman by James Gunn performed mid, and you only wanted to follow that up with Peacemaker Season 2. And if you want to know what happened in Peacemaker Season 2, I will encourage you to not watch it and maybe keep an eye out on the first episode, which may have had a bunch of gay orgies in it. But that's okay, James. If you wanted this to be your DC slate, which you have, and you did, you can't complain and ask, where is the audience? Because you have turned us away. But Josie's not done yet, folks.
Masters of the Universe was a great fucking film. And unfortunately, it bombed really bad, really heavily. And I hope we see a sequel. But it's a good film.
I will give Josie credit on this. He-Man, Masters of the Universe, it wasn't bad. Sure. Master of Arms, race swapped. And that's exactly what they did. Want to know why? Because everyone was locked away there with there's no movies in theaters, and Spider-Man was like the return blockbuster. Supergirl is just knocking in the middle of 2026. Jackass is making more. I have not seen Jackass yet, but I have no doubt you bring Bam, Johnny, all those guys back. It's gonna be making some buku bucks. I have no doubt. You can get if Jackass beats Supergirl, which it's going to, and I've said it before. Worldwide, Supergirl will be lucky, and I'll be nice and say if it clears $250 million. It will be lucky to clear that.
Supergirl, a good film. And I've got a lot to say on it, but real quickly, Lobo steals the show every scene he's in.
No, he doesn't. No, he does not. I'm surprised Lobo didn't rail James Gunn's wife in this movie. That I was surprised about. And I will give Jimothy credit. I did not see his wife in there. She may have been in there someplace that nobody would see and nobody would screen it. But honestly, I'm used to seeing a James Gunn movie with his wife in it and some dude frickin' banging her. Because I'm pretty sure John Cena did more than James. And that's just a speculation. I'm not saying otherwise. Again, I'm an asshole on the internet with an opinion. That is all. But I was surprised about that. Yeah, Lobo was in the movie, and he did nothing. You could have taken Lobo out of Supergirl, and it would have done nothing. You could have trimmed 30 minutes off of Supergirl, and it still wouldn't have been as bad. But the movie was still absolute shit. But speaking of absolute shit, Joe has some more information for us.
Fucking love Jason Momoa. I think Millie Alcock was great. She has these moments of reflection where
No, she doesn't. No, she does not. She does not reflect anything. She decides, okay, Supergirl, if you saw Superman, you know anything about it, the yellow sun heals them. All right. You saw James Gunn Superman, Superman gets Yamcha'd, which means he gets fucked up, because Yamcha always gets fucked up. That I don't make the rules. That's Dragon Ball Z law. Ask Akira Toriyama in heaven. That's just what happens. Be positive. We got to give DCU. Their casting was good. I mean, look. I said Billy Alcock. Alcohol. She was not my friend. Look, and I'll say it, Christ, you could have put Sydney Sweeney in this movie, and it would have made a lot more money. I'm not going to shy away from Sydney Sweeney as Supergirl. Nope. Because I am very glad that I decided to bring that up for just random reasons. Because here, ladies and gentlemen, you have an opportunity. Sydney Sweeney, perfect as Power Girl. I'd go see it. You're going to tell me that I'm wrong? No, that's not my phone number anymore anyway, so nice try. Look, I'd go see it. She has a very nice personality. Look, Sydney Sweeney might not be America's favorite actress, but she's your favorite Google search. Could be not. But I will go see Sydney Sweeney in whatever movie she's in. I didn't see that boxing movie. No, not my thing, but let's face it. Sydney Sweeney, not your favorite actress, but she will be your favorite Google search.
Where she's acting and you really feel the tortured, you really feel for her. And so I thought she was good. That was also a good part of the film.
No, it wasn't, Josie, because Supergirl does not deal with her problems. Look, she is a drunk. She is a young wine mom in the making. That is what Supergirl is. That is what Supergirl does. She is on planets, probably getting gangbanged by a bunch of fucking dudes. All right. That's what I think she was probably doing. But I am not a director. I do not make those calls. Housemaids was not bad with her. I have heard good things, but Amanda Seyfried's got that. I think that was her in it. She got those. Where's my precious eyes? Gollum. She's got those eyes though. I think she's in it. That I'm not sure about. But here's the thing. She goes to the planets with the red sun. 3 different planets because that does not dwarf. But that does dwarf her powers. Millie Alcock, Supergirl, goes to the red planets so she can get drunk. Because in the beginning of the movie, Daddy's playing with a bunch of experiments and all this other shit. And was it Elgo City, Argo City? Releases kryptonite, the radiation, and everyone starts getting sick. People start dying. Reactors start melting. And Krypton gets blown up. So she has PTSD. And she goes to live with her very mild cousin, Superman. Okay. Fine. If that is what you want to do, then that's exactly where they send her. And that's where she goes with Krypto out of her planet to Earth. All right, fine. Her father even says, and this is one of the things I covered in my review, gods. Her and Kal-El are gods. And I'm just going to address the elephant in the room because I do not care about spoilers because this is labeled spoiler talk. So I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, you spoiled the movie. Yes, I'm going to spoil the movie. When there was the message from Kal-El's parents, Bradley Cooper, to take over the planet and spread that man and mustard seed all over the place and get your harems, they wanted Kal-El to come to Earth and bust all kinds of nuts. Just fucking away. They doubled down on it in this movie. And they did not bash or shy away from it. All the controversy that was around James Gunn Superman, that he was there to take over Earth. Yes. That was not an exaggeration. Take as many harems as you can and take over and kill anyone in your way that is not worthy and or strong enough. And they double down on it. Great. All right. Again, and you wonder why a Tom King rendition people aren't really connecting with. Jimothy. In case you've seen any of my videos, why I call him Jimothy. Yes. I call a lot of people Jim, James, Jimothy. And looking at James Gunn, he is definitely a Jimothy. Just like this is a Josie.
Loved that it still has the heart. You know, it's not a bad film, but it.
You lying sack of shit. There is no heart in this movie. Even I can say there is absolutely no heart in this movie. And I'll admit also, I used to watch Angry Joe a lot. I used to watch Angry Joe. I used to watch Real Rejects. I'll even turn into John Campia once in a while because I like Robert Meyer Burnett. I like seeing different perspectives of different creators on movies. Real Rejects are just fucking creepy now. Angry Joe is an angry sellout. And even some of these, and Eric Voss, I used to watch. And yeah, I used to watch Angry Joe. I used to like seeing people excited and happy about movies. But once you turn a line and you start turning heel and all of this, and you start pleading and begging with your fans, and you lose one of your most important things, your authenticity. Once you lose your authenticity as a content creator, Joe, you can kiss your audience goodbye. Allow me to demonstrate that for you. All right. Talks amongst yourselves. Voila. 3.24 million subscribers. That takes a lot of fucking work, and it takes a lot of time to get there. I'll give him credit. That takes a lot to get to 3.24 million subscribers. Here's the problem. 3.24 million subs. And you didn't even crack 75,000 views. Does that make sense to anyone? Does that make sense to anyone at all? Once you lose your authenticity as a content creator and your subscribers and your fans notice it over and over and over again, they are not going to view your shit. And in the world of content creation and in the world of YouTube, views, shares, comments, likes, that's what helps you push out to the algorithm world. Your algorithm is your audience. If your own audience is not interested in your work, they are not going to give a shit. 225,000 views. Maybe this is going to be due to his giant crash out. I don't know. Maybe it was the film wasn't as good as we wanted. That's right. It doesn't justify any of the pieces of shit behavior from those who have your attention. Why are there so many caveman thumbnails from Nerdrotic and his ilk on Millie when she's the least of the film's problems? We know why. I'm so fucking glad we didn't turn out like that. And that we don't care to appeal to the lowest common denominator with that shit. We were raised different. Really? You were raised to plea and beg with your audience to go out and see a movie. Like you said, go out and support your boy. Go out and support your boy. Make me happy. Doesn't that sound familiar, Joe? I'm pretty sure that's how you carried yourself for a while. Go out and support your boy. Because it would really mean a lot, Josie, it would really mean a lot if we went out and supported Angry Joe. Well, Josie, I am sorry, but that didn't happen.
It's not that bad, but it.
Yes, it is.
It it has weaknesses in very important parts, and
the entire movie has weaknesses in damn near every part. That is what it has. It has weaknesses all over the place. But with that being said, even the cinematography. And I covered that in my review also. A lot of people are talking about it. I might as well just address it. The movie is dark as shit to the point where it looks like somebody dropped a stink pickle on the camera and just smeared it. That is what the movie looked like. Like the lights were placed behind the actors and behind the stage. It was a very low, dim set movie. It was very difficult to even see. It was dark as hell. You want to take that compared to a very weak script, who was written by a woman who has little to no acting credits. Oh my God, you said it's because of a woman. Look, no, I don't give a shit. I don't care if she has a wooden leg and her name is Peggy. The best person for the job. And I will always say that. I don't care if you have a horn coming out of your tits. As long as you are the best person for the job, I think you deserve it. Scream 4 cinematography is better than Supergirl, probably. Yes, I can say that. I actually did see Scream 4 last month. Wasn't bad. It did. You do so many Scream, they just need to let it die. Let Scream go. Leave Scream alone. It has been through enough. Which is why I think Terrifier is doing so good, quite honestly. The horror movies are making a massive comeback. Terrifier is just fucking twisted as fuck, and I love it. But speaking of twisted, Josie's got more for us.
I loved all the alien designs. Give it that.
No, you didn't.
But and the galaxy spanning nature of it. But there are a lot of things that I didn't like.
Oh, really? Like the fact that Supergirl can't control her crash outs and how she's dealing with her PTSD. So the only thing that she can do now at this point is just decide to go getting drunk, getting hammered, dancing like an asshole on planets with red suns, but only until a little girl, Ruthie, decides to come up to young Supergirl and tell her that her parents were murdered. Because her parents were murdered. But what they don't lead you on, like the point of a trailer, in my opinion, is to sell you on the movie. That is the point of a trailer. That is my opinion. I don't make the rules. A trailer's job is to make you want to go see that movie. If I'm not buying what I'm seeing in a trailer, probably not going to go see your fucking movie. That is the point. The trailer needs to sell the audience. That is why it is there. That is the point of it. And what they didn't say in that trailer, because they got to have the storyline, is that Ruthie's parents were killed. Yes. But they didn't mention, and was a stupid fucking plot line in this movie, they were arms dealers. Now, I don't know if you've seen any movie or TV show ever, where a movie involving arms dealers is around and people don't try to kill them. That's an occupational hazard, I'm afraid. Good, bad, or for worse, till death do you part. You are an arms dealer. You are making any type of weaponry of any kind. People are going to try and kill you. That's called murder. But we address that very quickly because Clem, who is your main antagonist in this movie? Let's get him up here. We have our creme. There he is, folks. Creme of the Yellow Hills. When it fucking loads. Jesus Christ. There he is. Creme of the Yellow Hills. There's our creme. There is your Supergirl antagonist. And I said it before, and I will say it again. Which I cut my review. Mad Max Rejects. The one that didn't have Mad Max in it, Furiosa. That is exactly where this dude came from before he decided to hop on the Supergirl bandwagon for this movie. This was your main antagonist. Is this fucking Needlehead's fucking stupid cousin? What are we doing here? What? All right. So that's your creme. The guy that has the strength of 100 soldiers, as deemed, they show off his strength. Yes, that they do. They do indeed show off his strength. And probably some of the dumbest ways possible. Does that mean I always agree with it? Nope, certainly don't. He lifts a tank, which is cool. Still not giving you much credit for that one, though, bud. Krem finds Supergirl after the bar fight. She was getting a little swifty, decided to take a drink, have a little fun. But then Krem, all of a sudden, finds Supergirl and shoots Krypto. He just John Wicks that bitch and just shoots him. Shoots Krypto. Krypto's not dead, though. Why did Krem shoot Krypto? Well, did he shoot him with a gun? Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Shoot him with a bullet? Kryptonite bullet? No. Did not do that. No. Poison bullet. Krem shoot Krypto with a poison bullet that kills him instantly. No, he does not. No, he does not. Instead, it takes 3 days to work. Why? Because reasons. It takes 3 days. 3 days for the poison to fucking kill Krypto. Jesus fuck Marion Christ. Yeah. Could he have annihilated Krypto from space, maybe, with some kryptonite bullets? Yep. He got close enough to him, running at him. He could have just fucking chunged him right there. Boom, kryptonite bullet. Kills Krypto. They do that? Nope. They did not. No, they did not. Instead, Supergirl's only point, her mission at this stage, is to get the antidote. That is all Supergirl cares about. Gotta have the antidote. Need the antidote. Well, she eventually fucking finds it. Gets the antidote, but all of a sudden, then you get some fights breaking out, and then wouldn't you fucking know it, the main loser, Lobo, comes out. And look, this is nothing against Jason Momoa. I think he's a pretty decent guy from what I've seen. You know, as far as I fucking know, which ain't much. Lobo, again, is not the Lobo from the comics. Of fucking course not. Lobo is nerfed down as hell. Lobo, in the comics, you know the comics, has a radio transmitter put in his head. He's cutting people's heads off, chewing on their fingers, killed his entire planet, and nerfed everyone at a science fair on his home world. That's who Lobo is. That's not the Lobo in this movie, and I'm not even surprised. I'm not surprised at all. You could have maybe better success if you would have had Jason Momoa as Lobo in the Snyderverse. You know, given that actual darker tone, I think they could have worked out pretty good. And I wouldn't have minded that, actually. I like my dark shit. What can I say? I mean, I am burning down here for all eternity. I think that's pretty fair. But we are all of us, all of you watching this right now are going to be burning for all eternity if we do not support Angry Joe and Supergirl.
So let's hear from the boys first before I get into all that. What did you guys think of Supergirl? Just Supergirl is what it is.
As I stated before, this movie is better than the first one.
I don't like anyone. No.
Hey!
So there's that.
The first.
No, there was a Supergirl that came out in like 1984, I think. Apparently people didn't like it. I've just heard about it.
Supergirl.
It's like a
Wow.
5% approval rating or something like that.
It's one of the worst.
26%. Helen Slater. Okay. Yep, 1984.
Superhero movies
She's
ever.
fighting a fucking witch.
It's on over a boy.
Fucking shit. Like, he did great as Lobo whenever.
Nope. Sorry, Joe. All that stuff still. We're not going to be doing this to see your movie.
He has to go save her. Save her again. She did a dumb decision. And I don't mind the way she's portrayed here.
Of course you don't, because you do not want to upset your boss, Angry Josie. I can't hit on the Scream. It's such a meta franchise. Both Bitch Cult and Barrera fans ruined Scream, and I'm making a fan film on it this summer. Let me know. That sounds awesome. Good shit. But no. Alas, Joe, that is not how the world works. It does not work according to your whim, and unfortunately, the audience, your chat, your subscribers are the ones in control. Because if you do not appease them, they will not view your work. And clearly, 40,000, 48,000, 76,000, 51,000, 38,000, 111,000. Well, lost it here. There we go. There we go. Now we're back. Holy God. I think the internet just crapped on me for a second. 40,000, 48,000, 76,000, 51,000, 38,000, 111,000. 28,000. 3.24 million subscribers. Call it what you will. Call it what you will, my friends. Supergirl is going to suck, but I'm seeing it tonight. I'm not excited. Let me know, my friend. I will check out your review. Have fun, though, because I did not. I know a good movie when I see a good movie because I want to immediately turn around and go back in and see it again. That is when I know I've seen a good movie. This was not one of them. No.
Wolverine, one of the best. He's like rude and an asshole, but he has a heart of gold.
Right.
And it could be written like that for her as well.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's God damn it. You're just as bad. Your talking privileges are, you know what? Can't remove them. Difference of opinions is okay. And even completely stupid ones like the Brothers Dim there with Josie. But bouncing back and forth now. Krem, the Mad Max reject that we are seeing from Stooper Girl. They have a big old fight at the end, but that's before Kara has a Mary Poppins moment like in The Last Jedi. And somehow is able to get her powers back and heal herself. How? Why? I don't want to hear the fucking argument that she built up Yellow Sun in her. That's just what they do. And I do not, it makes me fucking nuts. You know who you sound like when you rage? Brooklyn T, guy from SNL. If you know what that is, I would have to look that up. I will have to look that up. But because Josie and the brothers dim here, think that we must go see Supergirl and what they eventually will cover themselves is that Krem has a big old battle after Supergirl gets Mary Poppined into outer space and can somehow fucking survive. Ruthie has a chance to kill Krem. Yes, the revenge is there. She has the ability to kill the man that killed her family. And then Kara says, nay, 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 Ruthie, killing is bad. Do not kill him. So Kara kills him instead. And there you go. But she learns a valuable lesson. You cannot kill people that murdered your family. I can kill people that murdered your family. And I'm going to go up to Earth and have some fun. So she decides to go back to Earth and fuck off. And there you go. That is Supergirl. That is Supergirl. And honestly, I didn't give a shit about Krypto because Krypto's fine. As fine as you want to get it. But Josie has decided to give us a little more of life lessons.
But they didn't do it here.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Supergirl herself?
Yeah, yeah.
You're right. I
She
have
didn't
written
have to
down
be
here.
sweet, like you said.
Exactly.
She could have been like a Wolverine, but like they didn't.
No, she could not. And again, here is your proof is in the pudding. Like I can't use a fucking mouse. Your main villain. Your main villain. Your antagonist is a Mad Max reject from Furiosa. That is your main villain. Don't you love it? Don't you love watching your childhood become completely fucked? And you wonder why people did not see your movie, James Gunn. And I know James Gunn did not write this movie. James Gunn did not direct this movie. But I beg you to tell me that he did not have 100% eyes and a little shoulder watching when he was getting this movie made. 100%. All I will tell you is this. For those of you watching, which I appreciate all of you, you all are awesome. Thank you so much. Look at Star-Lord's cassette player and headphones and look at Supergirl's. And tell me with that alone, there is not a direct link to Guardians of the Galaxy. Do not look at the costumes because they are not related to Guardians of the Galaxy. Do not compare the music from Supergirl to Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm telling you, there is no link between Guardians of the Galaxy and Supergirl. The music is not the same. The cassette player and headphones that Star-Lord and Supergirl have are not the same. The clothing is not the same. The trench coat and jacket is not the same. It's not the same. It's exactly the fucking same. It feels like the director was in line to make it just like a James Gunn film and went, this will be like Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, look, James Gunn, I enjoyed Brightburn. I even liked The Suicide Squad. I enjoyed it. James Gunn has done good work. Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, sensational. Great movie. Love that movie. Really good. Really fun movie. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, pretty good. That was a pretty good movie. turn my brain off, let it play in the background a little bit, check out some scenes here and there. I enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy 2. 3, not bad. Didn't think I'd give a shit about Rocket Raccoon that much, but I did. I was invested in some of those parts. Can't deny it. But James Gunn is absolutely the wrong guy to have involvement with Superman and Supergirl. And I'm gladly going to show you why. As you see right here, where'd you go? Truth, justice, whatever. How many times was truth, justice, and the American way in Superman? How many times was truth, justice, and the American way in Superman? I'll give you an answer. It rhymes with fucking none. Nothing. It was not in there at all. James Gunn does not strike me as the guy to have a 4th of July barbecue or an American flag outside of his house. James Gunn is not that guy. He's got his quote-unquote allegations against him. Heard some things. That's for all of you to decide. But James Gunn is not a truth, justice, and American way kind of patriot. But what he is leeching off the Snyderverse now. The Snyderverse is officially dead as Darkseid enters James Gunn's DCU. This is not going to be James Gunn's DCU. It is our DC universe. Comic books are ours. We buy them because we love them, because we enjoy that world. That is what we love. But the Snyderverse is officially dead as Darkseid enters James Gunn's DCU. That is what he's doing now. Darkseid is already confirmed to join the new DC universe earlier than expected, and it seems the chances of the Snyderverse making a return sit at an all-time low. Zack Snyder's DC movies are some of the most controversial superhero movies releases to date. That said, the creator ended up amassing a loyal following over the years as he worked on the DCU movie franchise. After Snyderworks was largely reshot by the Avengers director Joss Whedon 2017 Justice League, and the Man of Steel creative never got to return to the franchise, fans spent years asking for DC to honor Snyder's vision due to a long-running internet campaign in 2021. Saw the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max. However, his fans want more. You left one crucial part out of there, and this will piss me the fuck off. For Zack Snyder, you can dislike this man as much as you want, and that's okay. You do not have to love Zack Snyder. I beg you, not like Angry Joe, because I'm not a fucking retard, to find a man who can still come back and finish a movie when a man suffers the worst tragedy ever. The man lost his daughter. All right, Autumn. He lost a child. I don't care. You can hate all of his work. That's fine. But for a man to lose a child and still have the tenacity and the love of his work and his fans to come back, make his movie the way it was fucking supposed to, and dedicate it to his then and now deceased daughter. Good luck finding anybody else that could do that. When a man loses a child, that is the worst tragedy anybody could ever face. You can dislike Zack Snyder all you want. The guy came back, finished a movie, dedicated to his daughter. 1,000% respect. 1,000% respect. Dislike him all you want. That's fine. You can. But beg to differ if you think that's something that you can just fucking walk through and get over. Now, the Justice League was shit. Snyderverse, I quite enjoyed it very much. And as I said earlier, Man of Steel, all right? The Man of Steel has aged like some fine wine. Agree to disagree? Let me know in the comments section below. You are more than welcome to disagree with me. You cannot deny that Man of Steel has aged extremely well. It just has. They made around 650, about close to 700 million at the box office. Adjusting for inflation? No. You need to adjust for inflation, folks. Sorry, you need to adjust for inflation. James Gunn Superman? Nope. Sorry. Can't work for that there, Josie. All of the shilling, all of the work that you think is going to do your movie favor, the audience, the people, the content creators, the fans that hit like, share, and subscribe will know when they see a shift and a turn heel in your content creators' work, and you are intentionally shilling to go see a shit movie. Because what do we hear, folks? What do we hear when a movie comes out? And you know who the shills are. I don't even have to tell you, you know who they fucking are. It was fun. What do they say? It was fun. It was a fun movie. How many times has a movie came out within the last, I'll be nice, 5-6 years? 5-6 years. How many movies have came out where people said, oh, it's fun. It's a fun movie. That is shill for shit. But they will not say that. Star Wars shills are fucking notorious for it. That's all people talk about. Mandalorian and Grok. It was a fun movie. Now the movie was shit. 3C's film, another one. Honestly, Chris, that dude, I've seen some of his stuff. He used to have pretty authentic takes, but yeah, the guy definitely goes fucking hard and shills his ass off for a lot of shit. Look, for me, I like to do a sin or a win. There's no purgatory. Because when movies are good, they're great. I love them. I love seeing good entertainment. And not all of my subscribers agree with me on my takes, and that is okay. That is absolutely okay. I love good debate and good discussion. That's what I love. John Campy. God fucking John Campy, knuckle dragon limp dick piece of shit. The crash shots that John Campia has are legendary. John Campia is absolutely up there. Grizzy, see if I can put a link for Grizzy in the chat. Grizzy is great at finding the shills. He has them on second nature. I think that guy has a life. I very much think he does. He is able to find them and make some very good fucking videos. So I'm going to put a link for Grizzy in the chat. Go give Grizzy a follow. And also, you know what? I need to do that for my other friend here. We will get all of you guys. Look, call me an asshole, whatever, that's fine. I am. Doesn't bother me. I like seeing content creators succeed. The good dudes. Come out, do your thing, be authentic. That's the best thing. Like I said, be authentic in your content creation. I try to do my thing. That's just me. I have good days, I have bad days. My videos aren't going to be high quality masters of art. They work for me, and I like to learn. I like to experiment. I like to have fun with shit. That's why I love doing it. That's why I like coming on here, bitching, stitching, talking to you guys. You'll excuse me now, though. I still have an image of Sydney Sweeney up on the internet that I need to attend to. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you sick fucks. It's awesome. I love coming on here talking to you guys. You're welcome, buddy. All right, I'm out of here. Until we meet again.